Hey everyone, I am here to clue you in on my tips and tricks for triple bondage. This has been the bonding method that has saved my soul, my oily lids, my watery eyes. This is how I get to achieve longevity and the perfect lash map. Let's get started. Triple bondage is a technique that we use with our bondage with charcoal flex, our stronger holding bond. Charcoal flex absorbs more oil and moisture than our traditional bond whisper light. It's great for those of you that want to go do a workout, have watery eyes, allergies, oily lids. Bondage could be for you. First layer, I'm going to bring the bondage through my natural lash from root to end. I want to make sure that I'm doing really gentle, light coats of the bondage. It has a little bit more of a liquidy consistency than our whisper light, so you want to make sure you're not too heavy-handed when you are bringing it through. I say about like 6 to 8 swipes. Next, I like to take a spoolie and run it through my lashes just to disperse the bond. You don't want them to clump, as that way you could see them behind the fibers of the Gossamer lashes. And I also don't want too much product on there. A little bit goes a long way. I love to take the pointed end of the precision lash comb and gently separate any two of my lashes that may have clumped together when applying the bond. I'm going to use my blow tool to make sure this first layer gets nice and tacky. The great thing about bondage with charcoal flex is that it does get tackier a lot quicker than our whisper light, so I only need about 10 seconds. I take my finger and see. Oh yeah, we got a nice stick. For my second coat, I love to take the bondage with charcoal flex and give it a really good wiggle just at the base of my natural lash to build cushion. I don't bring this section all the way up through the lash. You can also flip the wand and place some dots along the base of your natural lash as well. And for the second layer, use the blow tool again, make sure it gets nice and tacky. I've been loving the Plushy Gossamers lately. We're gonna apply those with some C+10s on the inner and outer corner. I'm gonna start out with a P12. I'm just gonna start applying about 1-2 millimeters from my waterline. Working our way outward, I'm going to take a Plushy 14 and place it right next to it. And boom, because we allowed it to get tacky, it sticks on there so good. I love bondage. I am doing a map where the longer lengths are towards the center. I love to have a big, bright, fluffy, open eye, and the plushies are just perfect for that. Our last plushie is gonna be a 14. Placing that right next to it, boom. Before I do my C pluses on the inner and outer corner, I'm just gonna go in and do a reverse fuse to make sure that all the spines are laid down nice together. Go in, give these a nice pinch. Perfect. Taking my first C plus 12 and placing it on the outer corner, I like to take the spine of my Gossamer and angle it a little more parallel to the ground, so that it lifts up at the end and keeps my eye nice and open. Give that a little fuse. And our last Gossamer for the inner corner, I'm gonna take a C plus 10. Just give it a slight overlap. Perfect. Now the most important part of the triple bondage technique, recreating the seal. I'm gonna take my bondage applicator and just place some dots right along the spines of my Gossamers. You can also flip the bondage applicator and give it a nice wiggle and shimmy along the spines. It's totally okay if your bondage is still tacky. After all, it is a bond. I am going to take my blow tool just one more time and let it dry down just a little bit before we go in and fuse. I put my wandums onto my fuse control wand, and now we're going to fuse to recreate the seal. I'm gonna place some glass in between. I put some glass in between the wandums to help with stickiness. Go in, go right down. I'm gonna hold my fuse control wand for about 5 to 10 seconds, just to make sure. Once you figured out your placement, how much bond to use with your whisper light, triple bondage could totally change the game for you.